Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting for the city of San Juan at 6 p.m. May we rise for invocation? Mr. Arjona, can you lead us? Flag for pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Under public comments at this time, we have none? Okay.
Before we start, I just want to let you know, you guys, that we lost one of our retired firefighters, I think yesterday, day before yesterday. His name was Bert Hernandez. He was a good asset, good, guy that put his life in the line as a firefighter for so many years. I believe he had about over 25 years? 25 years. And one of our friends, he lived kind of a neighbor to me. We fought fires together, and that guy is going to be real missed. Just to let you know, keep your family in prayers.
At this time, I'd like to maybe moment of silence for Mr. Bert Hernandez and his family. Thank you. May be seated. Go ahead, Mr. Arjona.
Mayor, commissioners, staff, community members, good afternoon. As we start, Mayor, on the presentations, I'd like to maybe take no action on the first one, as we could not get a hold of Mr. Raul Abrego. And it'll be something nice for him to be here with us so that we can present on that proclamation.
So, correct, and I agree with you, Mr. Arjona. And I know he's got I believe, an ordinance under public hearing as well.
That is
So I
correct.
guess we'll address that when we get there?
Exactly, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, no problem. So at this time, we'll take no action and see if we can get a hold of Mr. Abrego or any family members that we know. Moniz? Okay,
Hold of him, but we'll continue trying.
sure, okay, all right, thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Next item on the presentations tonight, we have Department of Planning and Zoning, Department of Parks and Recreation, Department of Sanitation, and San Juan Memorial Library. Every directors here, should you have any questions for the Mayor, Commissioners?
Questions for the directors at this time?
Mayor, if I may?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not pertaining to the departments that we have, but I do want to congratulate our police department for making an apprehension on a suspect from the shooting last week. So I do want to thank you, your staff, for your diligence and your hard work to bring in the suspect in. So thank you so much for all that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Tijerina, remember on the two persons that were taking the test, do we have any results or anything that you know?
The only thing, Commissioner,
Hold on.
Mayor, the only thing I can say is that we have taken actions on those,
So it's done.
so it's already done.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you. No question. My other question is, I know it's not in the agenda, but just a question, Mr. Israel Garza. Remember the signs, the arrows that we needed for the street? Okay, you need to consult with Mr. Palacios, and whatever he tells you, that's what we're going to do. Okay?
We'll address that as well.
We're going to do.
Yes.
Okay?
A question, Mayor. As far as the code enforcement, I know we've had some peddlers and homeless actually standing by the streets in the middle of the roads, as a matter of fact, and just the other day, I got a complaint that one of the homeless person, or maybe had a couple of dogs, and one of the dogs bit a lady or a male that was passing to go to church, and I know we have an ordinance. Can we please revisit that? Not only that, about a year ago, a family member, someone that I know, got attacked by one of those individuals and actually jumped on their car. And individual got arrested. And I also saw that they're also selling side foods on the side of the road. And I think we do have that ordinance, so.
We'll enforce that.
Express and flex that ordinance.
Most definitely. We'll send code enforcement more vigilant there.
You mentioned side food, you're talking about during the weekday or weekends, or?
If you go by the right, no, Mayor, there's somebody selling like chicharrones and stuff on
Where
the intersection of Nebraska and Frontage, and they're going in and out of traffic at the same time, it's a danger also for themselves and the public, as far as that. And I did get a call specifically for that, and it just reminds me of things that have occurred in the past, and I'd like that to be addressed before something else happens.
I got something real quick. Chief, I know this, you're not on the agenda. Real quick, can you all just follow up and check up on the drive-through right here? Is it Royals or the break-ins? And I know that there's been some break-ins, and kind of frequently, it was just brought to my attention, speaking with them and stuff like that. I know that they've turned in some stuff they said maybe about 15 days ago or something like that. Just can you follow up with them and stuff like that? It was a request they asked. I said that I'd pass that on to you. Stuff like that. Check out, I don't know what the result of the investigation is or whatever, but they recently had another break-in. And so we're just gonna, whatever we need to do to help you all out, if we need to put more surveillance in that area or tower or something like that, because it's happening too frequently. So, and I know it may be some adolescents or stuff like that, right? It is a drive-through, but whatever we need to do, we can address it and help you guys out. Yep.
I think that's one that our other chief was taking care of. I believe they had turned in videos on that break-in on that corner. I think it's on 4th and Nebraska, the drive-through. I think they had some videos on it, and I think they found out who it was, but I don't know what happened after that. So, like
There's been more break-ins.
Mr. Vega says that check out, maybe let's see for more investigate to see, because they want answers. Mainly that's what they want. Got it?
Thank you, Chief.
I'd just like to make a comment in reference to this past weekend's Keep San Juan Beautiful board that transpired this past Saturday. I know we had a pretty good success with Mr. Garza and all his board members that were there present. It was a very nice cleanup. I thank the kids from, I believe they were from Murphy, am I correct? And from the high school too? Yeah, so kudos to them and your staff for putting this on. It's been very, very helpful for the citizens. I know we got so many calls in reference to all the roll-offs out there for everyone, and that's our goal, is to keep our beautiful city clean. And I think that we're on the right track, and I commend you for that, Mr. Garza. Okay.
I was about to say, good job promoting, because this time it seemed like they were real, we're into it, and you got the volunteers and the students and getting their hours and community service, but it was a success because it was promoted as such. I also understand the Lions Club was out there también, helping for a little while and stuff like that, so kudos to everybody involved.
And also, yeah. Yeah. Also, Mr. Garza, the person who contacted Altamira School is Marisa Cavazos, the UIL, those that are National Honor Society. Those are the kids that need the hours. And I don't know the one, Raul Seguirre. Anybody you guys know from Raul Seguirre who's in charge of natural?
We can call Justin. Coach Justin.
You can call Justin, yeah. You can call Coach Justin Villanueva.
Yeah, Villanueva.
He'll be able to help you who that person is, and because I know that a lot of our kids do community service on the weekends.
Last question I have is for Mr. Guajardo. I know you're sitting in for Mr. Willingham. The question, sir, that I have is in reference to that, what is it, March 30th? I think when the bike run, the 5K run, is it on the 30th?
It's scheduled for March 25th.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah, March
25th.
25th, yes.
Now, have we gotten anybody, individuals registering, inquiring about it? Do you know of?
That I know of, not yet. I know we have started advertising on the internet
Yeah,
in regards to Endura splits.
Mhm.
Registration goes solely through them right now at this point, but we were out of town most of last week, so this week we're going to regroup and start hitting the schools for the fun run and the fun bike ride.
Yeah. So the bike ride is first, right? 8:30 or 8? And then the 5K or how does?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna coordinate, but it will be a 5K, a fun run, which is a mile run for the kids, and then we'll do the bike, fun ride. I'm just not sure which one will go first.
Got it.
More than likely, it will be the 1 mile run. That's usually how we start it, and then we'll incorporate the bike ride with the 5K.
Thank you so much, sir.
Fajardo, you were at you went to the awards presentation this past week, correct?
Yes, yes.
Can you just rebrief us on that again?
Like I mentioned, we were out of town a couple of days last week, myself, Mr. Willingham, and Mr. Moreno. We did travel to Grand Prairie, Texas, and this was to receive an award. As previously mentioned, we were honored to be chosen as the Taft Small City of the Year. So it's an annual banquet that they have, which incorporates the honoring of a Hall of Fame member. So we met the individual that was inducted. Again, we did travel to Grand Prairie. The event was on Thursday night, but Wednesday morning, we did get into some meetings. We did meet up with the city of Grand Prairie and viewed a lot of their facilities, and actually the facilities actually hosted the banquet the following night. So it was a great turnout. We really enjoyed it. We get to meet and speak with other cities throughout the state that made it, and it's just a great event. So we did receive a plaque. There was 3 cities throughout the state that did get the award. We were awarded the small city. Colony was, and it's awarded by population, so our population's a little smaller than others. The Colony was a medium-sized city, and then College Station was a large city. So those 3 cities, and then they also awarded the Male Athlete of the Year and Female Athlete of the Year. So, but it was a good turnout. We really enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to get with IT and show them some pictures we took. The actual award, we do have it with us, and hopefully we'll get on the next agenda to show it off per se.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? We're good? Go ahead, sir.
The next item, Mayor, under public hearings, that's the item that would like to take no action.
Okay. No action under public hearings. Go ahead.
Under discussion and possible action, we have considered the request by ESCON Development to dedicate a 1-acre tract of land for park use in lieu of paying the park fees at the proposed Orchards of San Juan Phase 1 subdivision located at the southwest corner of Stewart Road and Moore Road. Mr. Tejirino?
Yes, sir. Mayor and Commissioners, this was on the City Commission the last time. I believe there was no action on it. I want to clarify that it's because it's a 2-phase development, it's actually 2.1 acres. So I want to clarify that. A total of 185 lots, correct, Juan? 164 times the 675. So in essence, they requested it several months back, and we presented it, and staff, we consulted with our city attorney, and he requested several items from that be provided to us. So staff recommends that the park fees be paid instead of the dedication of the 2.1 acre tract of land that they're proposing. And we did see a presentation the last time, so they, Mr. Ronnie Cruz and Mr. Juan from ESCON are present here for any questions that you may have.
All right. Any questions? For Mr. Tejerina? Okay, so if it's, quote me if I'm wrong here, if it's 164 lots, we're looking about, roughly about 110,000 that the city would lose on park fees. Am I correct? More or less ballpark figure? Más o menos. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, and I did see that your staff was recommended park fees be paid instead of the dedication of 1 acre for park use. Am I correct? All right.
brought, they're pretty much almost, they're working on phase two, and so with the two phases, it increases the lots to 165 times 675. So, and it's 2.1 acres that they're proposing to dedicate, and they made a presentation that last time, if you recall, as to, and there's some pictures in your packet of what they're proposing to install and use for the people that would purchase property and live there, and they would maintain it through the homeowners association. That's their request, and they're here, like I said, if you have any questions for them.
Any questions?
Actually, I'm actually reading right now. Let me keep it up.
The 110,000, yeah.
Which is, they don't do that, they will, 165.
Well, yeah, no, they would build the park instead of,
So what do we solidify that, Mr. Juan, as far as the legal part, as far as the maintaining and say, you know what, we don't want the park anymore, and the association no longer? Did we figure that out?
Well, that's always been a possibility, and this is actually detailed on the plat, so, that does exist.
And what if the association says, you know, we don't want the association, we just will
It can be dissolved.
dissolve it, then we're still stuck with doing that, right?
And you said if they write it in the plat, and then that would suffice where the HOA would take care of it? Okay. Do we have any HOAs, I guess, Danny, and that are not gated, that have a park like this where the HOA takes care of it? No? Okay.
So it'd be first of its kind.
So this would be inaugural in the city? Okay.
Does anybody have an idea of how to, slice?
yeah, but the total of 164 lots would be 110. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What is the time frame? I know, what is the time frame that you're looking at for the development of both phases?
Park is gonna cost us $400 right now. We're going through the Hefner Design Group for that. As far as the development itself, we should be tying ends we should be done by Friday
With phase one?
with phase one, correct?
Okay.
And the park, we're going out for bids, but the design group, Hefner from McAllen, they came back and they gave us a rough estimate of $485,000, but we took off certain items on the bid. It's gonna cost us $400,000. Now, it's a total of 40, it's a phase one and phase two, it's a total of 40 acres. 2.4 of those acres are gonna be dedicated as a park. But the park is gonna be built
100 and what,
congruently
you say?
with phase one,
400 and what?
400,000,
400,000 for the park?
correct. It's gonna have wrought iron fencing, it's gonna,
That's a bid that was submitted,
correct.
but that's not a total cost yet.
We're looking at roughly the same number, yeah. We've already gone out for bids ourselves. We're starting to get numbers, and it is gonna cost us quite a penny. Now, we're not asking for you guys to, not charge us the fees. We're asking to see if you guys can prorate the fees. No,
That's two
no.
different,
No,
that's two different issues.
No, give us,
Without-
no, we're asking to see if we can get a discount on the park fees.
You see, we were never, that was
Okay,
never brought to
hold
us.
on one. They're asking for park fees. Now he's talking about prorating the fees. So this is the first time I've heard this. So what is it?
Oh, no, we're not gonna get a discount, we're not gonna get prorated, we just wanna see if we can waive the fees.
Actually asking for, consider you guys developing the park in lieu of paying the park fees.
Correct.
No discount or
So
anything.
you're not asking about prorating fees?
No.
I like the idea. I think it's great, especially with the fact that we want to move into a healthier living. We want to promote that in every aspect that we can. Family time, safety. at the same token, I do want to make sure that this property is maintained, and I know that's the issue that we have as far as legally, and, you put it in your plat, yet maybe 10, 25 years from now, the maintenance of it. So I know that's the issue that we're looking at right now, because it is the first of its kind here in the city. I know we have other HOAs that are not gated, right? But not this particular development within an HOA. So it would be the first of its kind. I do like the idea, but again, that's the issue that we have. It's just the possibility of a lack of maintenance further down the road.
Well, another thing that you may want to consider as well, if this commission decides to go this route, then we're pretty much setting precedents for the future. So we'll never, ever collect any park fees. And are we healthy in our park fees fund right now, Arjona, do you know? Or
Honestly, I can say yay, no, but I don't think we're very healthy when it comes to the park fees.
that's just my concern.
I don't even think we have 365 days to get the ordinance, right? We have about a year and a half, maybe?
Yeah.
It's minimal what we have.
I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's nice, It's a selling tool. That's what it is, but the thing is that if this commission decides to go that route, then we're setting precedents for the future.
So some of the things that we look at is the master plan. The master plan calls for a park up in the south and the north. So we're developing a park on the north side. But the master plan really doesn't stipulate that parks within subdivisions. So that's another thing we need to look at. If there's something that the commission would like to consider moving forward, then that'll be something that when we update the master plan, we'll need to include that into the plan.
Like I said, there's other developments in San Juan. San Juan has a chance to expand. And I know just across north from us, Rhodes is coming in north of us. And they also have the same mentality. They want to have those amenities for the community.
But those are the things, Mayor, that I'm looking at as far as we're going to just designate ourselves to one subdivision versus a city as a whole. And we need to say that it's not going to continue to be serviced, because obviously the HOA can leave, or actually dissolve this stuff. We're still, at the end of the day, we're still going to have to maintain that property, where it's going to grow weeds or it's going to look ugly. And then we're going to get those calls from the neighbors, when we taking care of this park. So what is it, our goal, and what was our vision? And I believe we're supposed to stick to our vision, what these parks were set for, I'm not against the park itself, but I think it's great for the life of our community, I get it. But I think that we need to stick to goals, and if we start deviating from our goals, that is my belief, we actually deviate for what's really in our vision and our future for the rest of the city itself. But I don't know what everybody else is, that's just my idea. I'm just one person.
Comments? Okay. So the park on the north side, we going back to that, we need assistance pretty much on the north side. For phase 2?
Actually, both, phase 1, phase 2.
Yeah, we're still.
Remember the, right. Just
I mean,
remember,
it's a great idea, don't get me wrong.
phase 1 on the park on the north, they have 2 alternatives. And those are the ones we're looking at, a funding mechanism for that.
Yeah, and anybody will be able to use the park. We're not going to restrict anybody from, it's not gated, anybody can come in if they want and use the park. It's not like one of the neighbors is not going to know, like, oh yeah, this guy, there's going to be 164 houses, God willing.
But
So-
if it's an HOA, they can't keep anybody else from coming in? I mean, they're paying fees. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm paying fees, I mean, do I have I don't know, I'm asking this question. Do I have a right to tell someone not to come in to use our park since we're paying fees?
Because of the fact that it's not gated.
No, 'cause it's
it
not
doesn't do
gated.
that. However, The problem that we're gonna be foreseeing here is gonna be that we allow that, then there's no parking spaces for people to park that are gonna be walking, running, or whatever the case may be. That's gonna be another thing as far as with PD, trying to keep that.
Comments? No? All right, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and make the motion and go with the recommendation from their staff that park fees be paid. You'll second that? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
The next item, Mayor Commissioner, we have consideration and action to authorize city manager to accept the offer letter from the County of Hidalgo, execute all necessary conveying instruments required for the sale of land for the expansion of the East Nolana Loop project, parcel number 6, being described as .0419 acre tract of land situated in Lot 3, Block 43, Alamo Lane Sugar Company subdivision with respect to construction of the East Nolana Loop from North Longoria Road to Alamo Road. Ms. Tijerina?
Thank you, Mayor and City Commissioner. On the expansion of East Nolana Loop from Raul Longoria Road to Alamo Road. The city of San Juan owns a portion of property along that area as described in Exhibit A, field notes for the parcel 6, 0.0419 acre tract of land. We received an offer letter to purchase the above property for $530 based on the appraisal prepared by Leonel Garza III. And attached, you can find a copy of the survey, the appraisal report, the offer letter submitted by L&G Engineering, which is working for the county, acquiring the right-of-way. Staff recommends approval. This is a standard letter that's prepared and appraisal that has to be created. If you look at the exhibit showing the parcel, it has easements from the irrigation district and from another entity on there. So, I'm sorry? North Alamo, yeah, I was looking at, didn't mark it, but at any rate, it's for the purpose of widening Nolana, which will be beneficial to the city of San Juan. So, this matter is now before you.
This is just, okay.
Yes.
All right, any questions for Mr. Tijerina? So what's your recommendation, sir?
For approval.
Okay, with that being said, is there a motion to approve? Okay, second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank
The
you.
next item is consideration action on selecting a new sidewalk location for the PSJ Tri-City Pedestrian Safety Improvements Project Phase Number 2 as requested by the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization. Ms. Tijerina?
Mayor and Commissioners, at the Transportation Policy Board regular meeting on February 23rd of 2022, the board passed the fiscal year 2019-2020 TASA program and Resolution 2022-06 to approve the First Amendment to the PSJ Tri-City Pedestrian Improvements Project Phase 2, and the CSJ number 0921024332. The amendment consists of 2 sidewalk relocations, with one of them being in the city of San Juan. The original description for this location included a new sidewalk on the west side of North Stewart Road within the existing right-of-way for approximate length of 0.27 miles between East 2nd and Business 83. Now the proposal, there's an exhibit in your packets that looks like this here. It's an aerial. They are, the MPO and this group are asking the city to consider a new location, which would be, the new location is the north right-of-way of East 11th Street between Nebraska Road and East Wyoming Avenue for approximately total length of 0.28 miles, which is the equivalent of the Stewart Road. The reason we did not do the Stewart Road project sidewalk was because of the cost of the railroad crossing. It was very, very expensive. So what's before the commission today is to go ahead and accept installing a sidewalk on the north side of 11th Street for the parameters that I just mentioned, or to,
But on 11th Street, that would be real costly. Stewart,
Right, so back, I want to say about maybe 2 years ago, we visited with the city of FAR, the engineers, and pretty much NPO as well. And one of the things that we took into consideration was that, the cost. So because of the fact that that one, the one that was proposed was very costly on the railroad, along with 11th Street, we decided to go on Stewart Road between Sam Houston and Ridge Road. So
that's what I understood.
my recommendation is to propose that, it's already been surveyed, and propose that as,
Yeah,
whether
and
it's on the
and
east
we
or
had
west
been
side.
working on that project for like two
Before
and a
this
half,
time.
3 years
Yes,
ago.
sir.
I remember.
yes.
As far
Was
as
it for?
ready to
It
go,
was a
it's
while. I
engineer
remember.
surveyed, so.
Most of the work is already
Right.
ready?
Obviously, all of this is,
And not only that, I mean, since Stewart is a heavy traffic
and I was gonna say that there's a
Trailer.
couple of subdivisions there with the
area,
Stewart
so
Road.
the kids there need sidewalks for all that
Yes, sir.
subdivision there, so I think,
We're recommending Sam Houston and Ridge.
okay,
you
yeah.
know, area. That's where it's,
Sam
there's a
Houston and
lot of,
Ridge, or,
Between Sam Houston and Ridge,
okay.
yes.
whether it's.
Which is a Stewart project, is that?
Right, yes, sir.
Okay.
And whatever we can afford, which
Got
is
it.
east or west of the Stewart.
Okay, all right. With that being said,
So it's gonna be from, north and south
Right.
on the west side of Stewart.
It's, initially was on the west side, but also there's fundings available, we'll do the east side as well.
right, so both
So
sides.
we're doing both?
Yes.
We're gonna try to do both.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
And we're gonna try to do both, because obviously there's two subdivisions
Gotcha.
on both sides.
And this is, and just to make it clear, this is a project that we've been discussing possibly about 5 years, 4 years?
Give or take.
4 years,
Yeah,
about
something like
about
that.
4 years?
So the reason we're going on the west side is because if we do the west side, then there's a crossing over to, what is it, Sorensen? Right, so versus the other one that is not a crossing.
All right, with that being said, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries, thank you.
The next item is, thank you, Mr. Tijerina. Consideration and action, if any, authorizing city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding with South Texas College to award the continuing education units for law enforcement related trainings coordinated and conducted by the City of San Juan by and through the City of San Juan Police Department. Mr. Cifuentes?
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioner. So this is an MOU in reference to allowing our instructors to go to STC, the location that they have here, the Public Center on South Cage, to instruct over there. At the same time, what we benefit from it would be that whoever goes of law enforcement will receive continuing education hours. And at the same time, STC will help us out, coordinate everything with the registration, conducting surveys, printing out whatever we need to print out. Basically, all they want is for our cooperation and be over there and offer it to any law enforcement agency that needs that kind of a training. So basically, it's just using our instructors for anything that they need and what we need.
Do you have, by any chance, going off the little subject here in reference to the MOUs, in reference to your gun range? Do you
Yes, I have,
That's part of the,
that's the next one on the,
got it, okay. Oh, it's not in-
That's right behind.
Okay.
So we'll be using their facilities and
Got
so
it.
forth, right?
yes.
Yeah, I got it.
We could use ours depending on the size, or we could use theirs. What they'll do is that we'll use their system. It's easier, they have everything, surveys, they'll provide everything. We just need to provide the instructor and the kind of,
Time you're collaborating and doing it joint, I mean, the cost efficiency,
correct.
plus they're gonna be helping out as well.
Yes. And of course, that helps us build a better relationship with the other agencies.
That being said, is there a motion to approve? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you, sir.
The next item, consideration and action, if any, authorizing city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding with South Texas College for the usage of the City of San Juan target range for law enforcement activities such as training and education.
So this one's, of course, they would have to call us, give us some time, make sure that, we're not using it or anything like that. They like the range first because it's close to SEC. Their cadets have used it, their academy cadets have used it, they liked it. I think we have a well-maintained range, and it's in a good area for them, and they just want to commitment from us that, we're going to allow them to use it when they need it, of course, scheduling with us first.
Is there any municipality law enforcement that uses y'all's range?
Every now and then, they call us, the feds, the federal partners, DPS, and STC is the one that every now and then they call us to use it, and of course, ourselves.
You might want to reach out. I know the city, they go to Donna, and I was like, wow. And I had asked if they had reached out to you guys, and I don't think they had, right?
No,
Yeah.
not to me, at
Okay.
least not to me.
Yeah, that was my question to you.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was other municipalities that came in here and used y'all's range.
not municipalities, no,
Oh,
not
okay.
local
It was more,
municipalities.
I've seen the, like,
Yeah.
Border Patrol out there,
And
right?
DPS as well,
Yeah, I've
and-
seen
and-
them out there. Okay, perfect. With that being said, is there a motion of approval? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The
Thank you,
next
sir.
item is discussion and consideration to reject the bid submitted for RFP number 23-008-12-20 Magnetic Flow Meter Improvements Project as recommended by TriMet Consultants LLC. Mr. Gonzalez?
Good evening, Mayor, Commission. On December 20th, 2022, we received bids from Reina Construction for $191,780 and McAllen Multi-Service for $285,260. Staff is recommending to accept the recommendation from TriMet Consultants to reject all submitted bids due to the bids submitted exceeded the TriMet opinion of portable construction costs. There is an engineer from TriMet to answer any questions that you all have.
Any questions?
Mr. Salazar, so this was I know it's the lowest bidder, but you comfortable with
Yes,
the
based
company choice?
Rick Salazar was TriMet Consultants here. Mayor, good evening, Commissioners, Mr. Juan. Excuse me. Our estimate for this project was roughly about 50% of the lowest estimate that was submitted. We did have a pre-bid before the opening to answer any questions. One of the issues that the contractors had was regarding the emergency bypass. So there was some sort of confusion in there. We went back to the drawing boards. We have already done some value engineering. We also contacted the suppliers for this project, different suppliers that we intend to use for the project, and they're roughly about $40,000 to $50,000 just for material. It is a simple project. We did give the contractor about 40 days to execute this contract. So it's about 50% of what we believe that's about 50% of what the lowest bidder on this contract is right now. Thank you.
That being said, is there a motion to approve?
Second.
In favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And to be clear, is to approve the recommendation to reject, is correct?
Correct.
Correct.
The next item is discussion and possible action to approve the procurement of structured cabling for the new city hall and authorize the city manager to execute any agreements and/or budget amendments as needed. Mr. Petcar, Chief Technology Officer. And obviously, this is the cabling, he'll explain the cabling for the new city hall, which is all the internet cabling, connectivity and all that, Mr. Carr.
You stole my
Go ahead.
thunder.
I was gonna do it anyways.
This line item, ladies and gentlemen, is for the structured cabling for the new city hall. It's what connects all the computers together, the wireless access points, printers, security, access control, all that kind of stuff. We did go out or utilizing one of the state contracts, we went out and requested Superior to be able to provide a structured cabling solution for the city. In addition to not only procuring it, we also get a 15-year warranty with it. So 15 years. And that's typically standard to most cabling contracts too, that go out there. It's either 15 or 20 years. They will install the cable, certify the cable, and then turn over all the readings that they get to make sure that everything passed, submit that to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer warranties it. Staff is recommending that we approve this purchase, or this request.
Questions this time? If not, is there a motion to approve? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item is consider approval of budget amendment to increase the recycling, Keep San Juan Beautiful Board Division, Keep San Juan Beautiful line item in the amount of $7,805 for the fiscal year 2022-2023. Mr. Garza.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, Mr. Juan. Yes, sir, this is the money that was made during the cook-off that we had. We really worked hard for this money, and we're requesting for this money to go ahead and be put back to the Keep San Juan Beautiful account, so staff is recommending for approval.
All right. With that being said, is there a motion to? It's been second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item is consider approval of budget amendment to increase the sanitation division, other equipment line item in the amount of $35,244 for the fiscal year 2022-2023 for the purchase of new fuel system, unleaded plus 89 octane and highway diesel fuel, which is the ultra low sulfur. Mr. Garza.
Yes, sir, Mayor, Commissioners, once again, Mr. Juan, we're recommending that we go ahead and see if we can get this line item, amendment to this line item that we want. It's for the software that we're upgrading all our fuel system, and of course, the tanks and all the stuff that we're getting for the fueling department. Naturally, we're still going to build one behind the new fire station, so we need to start with one before we can get to the other one. So the tanks are ready to go. Staff is recommending for this approval, so we can go ahead and start breaking down and getting our fuel going.
And this was this item right here was, we approved it last time, right, when you did that presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, have you submitted any type of invoice to the city or for payment, or are they ready to go, or?
We submitted some invoices which were for the PO, am I correct?
No, nothing has been received in finance for
Nothing
payment.
finance. I know that we got some invoices from them. I'm not sure if I don't think
Have
they
you
got 'em.
received any of the invoices?
No, sir.
Okay.
This-
We need to, and the reason why I'm saying, we need to get them as soon as possible.
And I got them on my email, though. I do
Okay,
have
if you
them.
can forward
I've been
that to-
keeping tracks with them. Every day they call me on that, so.
Because the last thing I want is for any of you all to be out of fuel.
No. We're still getting fuel right now at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
At this point, we haven't lost track of fuel. The company that we currently have has been pretty good about it by supplying us fuel, so fuel is good.
How soon can you get him?
I can get them to him tomorrow morning.
Okay. Make sure you do that.
Yes, sir.
Pull up in the morning.
And the reason that we want to hurry up with this, we got 2 tanks, and this wind is kind of rocking them back and forth. We don't want those tanks to lean over.
Okay.
And this
Yes, ma'am.
amendment wasn't part of the original, when we first approved it back in January, this part wasn't on it, or was it an increase?
The
for
amendment was
XY
not on there,
reasons?
ma'am. We, actually, at that point, I don't think we knew where the money was going to come up from yet. That's why we're amending the budget.
Budget, obviously. So we need to do a budget amendment so that we can cover that cost. Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
With that being said, is there a motion to approve? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Danos chance, ah.
Te ponemos un
I
third.
give up. Yeah, just go. Forget it.
The next item, sí, imagínate. Consider approval budget amendment to increase, ya lo hicimos. On the resolutions, we have consideration and action, if any, amending resolution number 2023-03, adopting the work plan and budget for fiscal year 2023 for the Hidalgo County Urban County Program. Mr. Tejerina. Mayor,
Mayor, Commissioner, this item was brought before you previously. However, in essence, we just made some adjustments as per Urban County, which includes reducing the cost from $4,000 for general administration to $3,000 and allocating additional monies for the requests made from Amigos del Valle and Nuestra Clínica del Valle, which were $10,000 and $15,000 respectively, reducing those amounts, the Amigos del Valle to $5,000 instead of $10,000, and the request from Nuestra Clínica del Valle for $15,000 to $7,000, and putting the additional monies into streets. The street improvement fund is $271,199. What we are being allocated through the Urban County program is $286,199. So staff recommends approval of amending the resolution as presented. And on the second page is the resolution with the breakdown.
So these streets that
Yes, sir.
we discussed in reference to the Urban County program, were those streets over here on the north,
Northeast
by
corner.
Stewart, right?
Yes.
Northeast?
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yes, sir.
bad shape. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm glad that, I hope the folks can hear that
Yes, sir.
we're gonna move on it now.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come,
Yeah. Yes.
so what we're gonna do later is we're gonna come back before you for an amendment so that we can cover the cost of the other streets.
Perfect. All
But we're
right.
still getting a price estimate on that.
Sure, no
Have a
problem.
time frame when to start those streets in that subdivision? Do you have an estimated start date?
I do not, well, Urban County advises us, but
It's in the
we'll,
fall,
we'll let you.
Typically it's about
we'll-
August, maybe June, July, August.
September,
Yes.
October.
Yes,
By the time they
exactly.
bid and they come back, Commissioner Courts approves it.
Correct.
It's a,
Or
Yes.
towards
it's a
the end of the
process.
year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's correct. And
All right, good deal. With that,
you.
that being said, I'll go ahead and make the motion. It's been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
The next item is consideration and action, if any, on resolution supporting the legislation regarding the provision of solid waste disposal services by Hidalgo County. Tonight, we have our illustrious ex-city manager, Mr. Mike Perez, here with us, as he's now working for Hidalgo County. But Mr. Perez, thank you for coming over, and
Mayor Garza, City Commissioners, thank you for allowing us to have this item on the agenda. I'm here representing Hidalgo County. Hidalgo County, when the commissioners and the judge hired me, they're asked me to take a look at the brush and garbage problem we're having in the rural areas. It is a growing problem. The County Commissioners Court are approving 1,000 lots a month. Hidalgo, if you live in the rural area, it's no longer rural. I grew up in the county. I grew up between Alamo and Donna. Cows, chickens, pigs, sheep. People who move to the county now are just like living in the city. A lot of them have paved streets, curb and gutter, but they don't have garbage service unless they pay for it separately. There's about 68,000 residents that are in the unincorporated area. The county right now is spending $8 million a year to address illegal dumping and brush. The problem is causing two issues. First, it's a health and safety issue. Well, really it's three. And a drainage issue because people are dumping their brush and their garbage in the ditches. Those of you who know me, I've been in city management business for about 40 years. And the big problem with drainage is people take their brush or their garbage or their refrigerator or their stove and they dump it in the ditch and it plugs the ditch up. And all of a sudden we have flooding. So right now the county is spending about $8 million on that. Just for your information, 75% of the taxes that are collected by the county comes from residents and business owners inside the city. 25% of the taxes they collect comes from people who live in unincorporated areas. So that $8 million that the county is spending right now to pick up illegal dumping and brush, 75% of that is being paid by those of us who live inside the city. I live in the city now. And so we pay for that. And that's $6 million. So you have, one is you have a health and safety issue and drainage problems, and then you have a fairness issue. And so last legislative session, the county commissioners and the judge thought they would put it on their tax bill. When they brought me on board, they want me to help sell people on that idea, and I tell them that's not going to work. A lot of the people in the county can't afford a $300 bill at the end of the year. What they need to do, and this is what they're looking at doing, is doing what all the cities do right now. I'm sure San Juan has a contract to provide garbage or other kind of services with one of the rural water supply, either military or North Alamo or Sherry, and you have Awa. All four major rural water supply corporations have agreed to put on their water bill the garbage bill. We estimate, because we've talked to all the independent garbage haulers, out of the 68,000, about 22%, somewhere in there, is serviced by private haulers. And so they're telling us that they think that when we go out for proposals, and it's going to be proposals, not bids, that the service is going to be somewhere around $30 a month. So what we're asking, because when I was going gangbusters, getting ready for the resolutions to be passed by the Rural Water Supply Corporation and the County Commissioners Court, and the county attorney said that we can't do that because the way the law is written, the county cannot provide garbage service in any city's ETJ. So what we're asking in the resolution, I know we have the taxes in there because some of the staff on the commissioners, the commissioners think that we should still keep that in, but we've already talked to the senators and state reps, they don't like that. It's going to be on their water bill. So we're asking permission, or asking you to pass a resolution supporting our efforts to provide garbage service in the city of San Juan's ETJ. At any time you annex out there, then you take it over. If any time in the future you decide you want to provide garbage in the ETJ, that's fine with the county. From the county standpoint, all we want to do is address brush and garbage problem. Who addresses it doesn't make a difference to us. The only city that said they might consider is Palmview. But everybody else so far is telling us they don't want to get into it because the issue is in garbage collection, and Ben knows this, and your sanitation director knows this, is that a garbage truck inside the city will pick up between 1,000 to 1,200 homes a day. In the county, they're picking up between 5 and 550 a day. And the reason that it's so inefficient in the county, inside the city, you have 50 and 75-foot lots, big lots, 100. So you go like that and you pick them up and you go. In the county, a lot of those are 1-acre lots, 2-acre lots. And so it's not as efficient. We think that right now, with 25%, they pick up one home, they skip 2 homes, they pick up another. And the residents are complaining to the county. And we've had 4 public hearings. And almost unanimously, they're all in support of it. We have a few people saying, $30 is too much. I was living in Weslaco, and I was paying $26 a month for garbage and brush in McAllen. I live now in McAllen, again, at $28. So $30, I think, is going to be fairly reasonable. I don't know what you pay here. You're probably somewhere around 25 to 26, probably, I would think. I haven't seen your garbage bill for homes. But that's what we're asking, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, is to consider passing the resolution to allow the county.
I'm sorry, sir. And so this is something that the would collect?
We would contract out. We're going to go out for proposal. We don't want to get into the business.
Okay.
A couple of reasons. One is cost, and 2 is finding personnel to be able to do it. We already have about 8 people who are doing that, and they're providing it to about 22%. So we want to contract with them to provide it. So we'll put it on the water bill. They'll send, the contractor will send us a bill. We collect the money from the water bill, and we send it to them. And so we're just a go-between. The idea is to cut out the illegal dumping and dumping in the ditches, and then 2 is create some fairness. And at 1,000 lots a day, the county is really going to have some very serious financial problems in the next 7 to 8 years with all the urbanization that's going on in the county. They want to have the same level of service, the county residents, as city residents, but they don't pay the taxes. And the county doesn't have ordinance-making authority. Just like if there's an illegal dumping, you have code enforcement officers that you can send out. The county has to get the constable to go out there. But if the constable is responding to an accident, illegal dumping is at the bottom of the list. So that's what we're trying to do, Mayor and Commission. But we would appreciate your support. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions? We're good? Okay, being said, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve. Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor Garza. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ben.
Next item, consideration and action, if any, on resolution issuing an order and notice of the City of San Juan General Municipal Election for May 6, 2023, for the election of Commissioner Place 4 and Commissioner Place 5 and designated election precincts and polling places. Ms. Escalante.
Good evening.
This resolution for issuing an order and notice for general municipal election for the city of San Juan to be held on Saturday, May 6, 2023. Seats up for vote are as part as the general election are Commissioner Place 4, Commissioner Place 5, to hold office for a period of 4 years. The last day to file for a place and ballot is Friday, February 17th. And then you'll see the resolution with the early voting locations, polling locations, and dates and
131.
times. Early voting starts on Saturday, April 24th.
Monday.
I'm sorry, Monday, April 24th. And it will be from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Tuesday, April 25th through Friday, April 28th, it's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, April 29th, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday, 30th, it's going to be closed. Monday, May 1st, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, May 2nd, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On election day, polling locations would be here at the library. And then the second polling location will be at the fire station number,
And that's election day.
election day. And times it's going to be from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Correct. Okay. Well, that's pretty much standard we've been having for the
Right.
past several years that I can remember.
Early voting
Yeah, early
here
voting here.
and elections on both.
All right, any questions?
Yeah, how come we can't have early voting on both areas? On both in the fire department, station number 2, and here in the library? Is it costly? What would be, do you have an idea how much does it cost for both places to be open?
For the last election, which was the same way, early voting was here at the library. It was around 26,000.
That's a reason why we
Oh,
changed it in the
well,
past.
yeah, I understand, but the reason is I'm telling you guys because there's a lot of people on the north side that we used to have over there before. And now we changed it over here for a few years, for what, about 8 years, 9 years, wasn't it? And now they're questioning to make it back again because I have a lot of residents complaining that they have to come all the way from over there, how the south side used to go all the way over there also. So they were asking that how come we just don't have both areas open?
Because it's costly.
Yeah,
That's-
and I
that's the point.
understand, but what gives us the right just to choose this area? Can we do it on the north side? It'll be the same price anyway.
It's been functioning correct for the past couple of years.
It's not it's about functioning correct, it's about people having them to go out and vote, because a lot of people, they might not have vehicles that, costly and everything right now.
It's a matter of either way, so I mean,
Well, yeah, but the thing
the
is
south
that,
gotta go to the north regardless.
and we understand that,
Same cost.
we used to have that before. Now, and we changed it this way, how come we can move it back for these, let's say, take a rotation yearly basis? Like this time, we have it over there, next time, we have it here. Switch over every other year. Because that's a complaint that people have over there on the north side.
This is the first time I've heard it. So,
Well, for you guys, because, and it's always been like that. But I'm just saying, I think every citizen in the city of San Juan needs to have a chance to go out there and vote. Because a lot of people won't come and vote all the way over here.
They have, sir, the numbers show.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
No,
yes, it
hasn't,
has.
Because it hasn't. I know what I'm telling you. I'm just saying, for the record, I'm just saying that, I want to be equal with everybody, resident from the south side, resident from the north side. That's all I want to, that's all I want. For everybody to have an equal opportunity to go out and vote.
And
Simple as that.
they are exercising their right to vote. It wasn't an issue when you ran.
No, but see.
Oh,
the
so
thing
why
about-
is it now an
Yeah,
issue?
but remember that I ran the first time on the south side. That wasn't an issue either.
I think maybe we could consider
Well, my
at
two
the
terms.
next time, if we want to have a,
Sure.
a workshop or something over something like this, we can. For the most part, right now, we're ready to go, and everything's been
Well,
functioning correctly.
Yeah, and I understand.
And that's
And-
fine, you can vote against it.
No,
But
no,
right
no,
now,
and-
everything's
and-
going
And I
correctly.
understand. My first race that I went back to 2017, me and Mr. Mario Garza, we had to go vote on the north side. And then for whatever reason, the second term, we changed it over here. how come we can't change it back another and give an opportunity to the north side? I'm just saying, you know, and I just want to be.
Had it over here, the past several elections.
Yeah, because of school board. But without school board, the city elections.
No, city, it was city.
The city only ran once over here, and you ran once over here, and we ran once over there. Me and you.
Actually,
It's in our race.
it was at the school.
Yeah, well, south side.
Yes.
It was on this side.
Yeah. But we still had voting on the north side.
Maybe
Because back in 2017, we voted over
Change
there.
that, we can do that.
But on the positive end, I mean, not to take sides on anyone, but election day can be, you can vote anywhere. Doesn't have to be at your precinct.
Correct. And you have two voting locations too. So everyone has their right and has been exercising their right to vote. The numbers have been showing every time we've been having an election.
Yeah.
Okay?
But-
Because I can honestly say that, I mean, I look at the numbers and it's great.
Yeah.
The city's
And-
growing, people are coming out to vote,
Okay.
people are, you know,
And I
their
understand.
voices are being heard.
And I understand.
Numbers have not decreased in the city of San Juan.
And I understand.
And it's not going to.
Okay, so what's the problem of us doing it over there? How come you don't want to give the opportunity to the people on the north side?
So
to
you're
go
trying to
cars
make a
over there?
political thing of it, there's no problem at all.
No, no, I'm just saying.
The city's ready to go right
Election.
now. The
I-
city's
I
ready to go.
understand that.
You're pandering right now, let's,
Yes.
I mean, okay, we'll vote
But
against
my
it.
record is.
You can vote against it if you don't like it.
No, no, and I understand.
Okay.
And that's what you want. But, I mean, like I said, I mean, let's give everybody an opportunity. They can go on both sides.
For the record, we do give everybody an opportunity, and we appeal, and we do a lot of stuff for all our citizens, for the record, you know, just to go back on that statement he keeps on saying.
No, it's not a statement. I'm just saying, it's
Statement
like anybody else. How come, do you have a problem for us to open it on the north side?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so how come we can change it then? You're telling me
They're
you're not.
ready to go right now, it's already done, and.
Yeah, I understand. But
Election day,
look
we'll
what,
have
look
vote.
what you just finished saying. You don't have a problem. So how come we can change it to our north side? You just finished telling me, and you did it on your mic right now.
You're trying to.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just telling you.
You vote the way you want to vote.
Hold on, so,
Yeah,
election
and the-
day will have both sides.
On the election day.
Yes.
But what about early voting?
Early voting's still the way it's been,
It's been in these past several elections.
Only for mine is one term here. The other term, we did it over there on the north side. And you know that for a
My
fact.
first time it was over there, now it's here.
Yeah,
What's the
but I
difference?
understand. But like I said, how come we don't want to give the north side people a chance for them to go out and vote over there?
Saying something that's incorrect and assuming things on our behalf.
No,
Quit
it's
doing that.
it's not on your behalf.
The numbers are there, Coach. They're there.
Well,
People are coming out to
If you
vote.
think the numbers are there, how come we can do it over there? Commissioner
Just-
Marquez just said it. He doesn't have a problem to have it over there.
Right now, we're ready to go. I said, well, we'd consider it on the next round. We
Now
would
you're
consider
changing,
it.
now you're considering it. But
No
that's
one's
okay.
changing
But-
anything.
but-
You gotta make sense when you talk.
I'm not
That's
making
all right.
sense, I'm just giving an opportunity to our citizens,
Yeah.
citizens Juan. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, everyone's having their right to vote,
Yes.
and the numbers have
right.
increasing, and
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with that. So we've been having this election for the past year, several years already, here in the south.
Only two
Election day,
terms.
both
Only two
sides.
terms.
So with that being said, we'll go ahead and go, I make the motion to what our city secretary is presenting in front of us today.
Okay.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Ma'am. The next item is consideration and action, if any, on resolution authorizing the city of San Juan to submit an application to the Texas Smart Buy Membership Program to participate in the Texas Comptrollers of Public Accounts Cooperative Purchasing Program. Mr. Gonzalez?
Mayor, Commissioner, City Manager, this is a Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts Cooperative Purchasing Program, and we're recommending to be members of the Texas Smart Buy Program.
Any questions for Mr.? If not, is there a motion to approve? Moved in second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Under contractuals, we have consideration and action, if any, on amendment number 1 to the interlocal agreement with the City of Alamo, City of FAR, and PSJA, FAR San Juan Alamo Independent School District for the PSJA Tri-City Pedestrian Safety Improvements Project Phase Number 1. Mr. Tijerina?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioner, Mr. Arjona. City of FAR, City of San Juan, and the City of Alamo and PSJ executed an agreement on July 14, 2020 for undertaking the PSJ Tri-City Pedestrian Safety Improvements Project Phase 1, which needs to be amended by adding 3 additional years to the term of a total of 5 years. So staff is recommending approval. It's just an amendment to add 3 additional years to this already approved interlocal agreement.
Any questions for Mr. Daniel?
Bless you.
If not, is there a motion to approve? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
The next item, consideration and action in ratifying interlocal cooperation agreement with the City of FAR for emergency medical services. Mayor Commissioner, this is an item that obviously we've been discussing in length for the past few weeks. I'd like to see maybe we can give me an opportunity to continue dissecting it, because there's some questions that have not been answered here within the contracts. So if we can maybe take no action at this point, and maybe come back with setting up a date for a workshop that we can actually go in and further understand what the costs associated are with, what's going to take place, what kind of ambulance services providers are they going to be here in the city, how many are going to be here in the city, is it going to be exclusive, non-exclusive?
I mean, thoroughly, do we have that information? or
Well, we
what's-
have some of the information here with us, but it's not thoroughly, the last time I spoke to the CM over at the City of FAR, there was some stuff that they missed. So I'd like to maybe have an opportunity with the city attorney so that we can actually go in and dissect that a little bit further more.
So you're talking about having a workshop, or?
Right. That'll be a recommendation from us towards you, that maybe have a workshop and fully understand what is it that we're actually getting into.
How soon do you think we could schedule a workshop and get this? Yeah, I think it's something.
Are we on a month-to-month right now?
Currently, yes.
So what happened that other day when there was several call? Did we get any, did anyone respond to the accident, or?
Well, the initial call that came in, there was actually 2 calls. PD was working one, and we were working, it came in as a major 1050, Stewart and
Correct.
Oliver. And dispatch aired what they were relaying, their communication, which was no units available. So I got a couple of text messages that there was no units available, so I started making contact to see who we can send up. It turned out it wasn't that major of an accident. We don't find out till we actually get there. But then yet again, you don't like it aired out on a radio that there's no units available, so it made it kind of complicated there for a while. We did have a response, but it was like 25 minutes. PD, I don't know what transpired over there when they finally got the unit. We didn't get called out to the one where PD was at. I don't know.
Who attended that one, Chief?
The one by,
Order rings and veterans.
Okay. Okay. So as we speak, are we covered? Because that shouldn't be happening.
As a matter of fact, I spoke to Mr. De Los Santos earlier, who was going to look into the matter as well.
Okay. Okay, so how soon you,
as soon as possible.
Probably, maybe we can have it maybe the following Wednesday.
why not Monday? What's Monday?
Monday's fine. I prefer Monday.
Is that ample time to get everything? So those 5?
We'll try to get everything done.
Or, I mean, what do you think, Mr. Arjona? Because the last thing I want is come to the table and we're, someone didn't review what, you know what I'm saying?
That should give us 5 days to work with.
I mean, we
This
can do
workshop.
Tuesday, or it's really up to you.
Tuesday,
I mean-
there's an EDC meeting scheduled already.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was saying
So it's
maybe
either Monday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
So,
I'm good Monday.
Monday? All right. So at this time, we'll take no action on this one? correct? Okay, all right, thank you.
The next item under consent agenda, tonight we have items A, B, C, D, E, F. You can vote on all of them, or you'd like to pull any of those out to
Under
discuss
consent
further?
agenda, is there anything we need to amend or modify? Amend or modify? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
The next item under executive session, where the San Juan City Commission will convene executive session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Vernon, Texas statutes and codes annotated, Government Code, Chapter 551 and 551071, which is consultation with attorney. Tonight, we have consultation with attorney under discussion and possible action regarding the legal issues concerning the entertainment agreement for 2021 Noche de Paz.
With that being said, is there a motion to enter executive session? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We will be entering at 7:10 PM. Thank you.
We are reconvening from executive session. Do I have a motion to approve to reconvene?
So, second.
Mr. Ojala, second by Ms. Dina Santillan. So this, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries at 8:20. Based on the executive session, do I have any motion?
I'll make a motion to proceed as discussed in executive session
Motion.
with the city manager.
Motion been made by Ms. Dina. Second been made. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion been made, second by Mr. Villegas. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's been adjourned at 8:21.